Hey guys, so thanks for tuning in to Chat with Cherrelle. And first, I just want to thank everyone that has listened, subscribed, or liked my previous podcast. And I just want to thank you all for all of your support. So today's podcast is going to be about chase, pace, or escape. And it all has something to deal with a relationship, a friendship, or just getting to know someone. So with this podcast, I actually had some participation from 20 people. I had 10 males and 10 females to give me reasons why they would chase someone, why they would pace with someone, like slow down, or why they would just escape and run away. So with all 20 people, I asked the same 3 questions. And so in this podcast, I'm going to just talk about what came about with these 3 names, chase, pace, and escape. I'm going to give you guys some of the responses that I received from the 20 people and just give you some of my feedback from my own experience or listening to the 20 people that I actually surveyed. So first, I just want to start off by just simply letting you guys know that these 3 topics can actually get you to where you learn a little bit about yourself. So let's get right into it. So with Chase is immediately a no for most people. Most people first answer is going to be, no, I would never chase anyone, or that's not me to run behind somebody. But in reality, you may think you haven't chased someone, but you may have. It may have been years ago, but it's okay to feel like you won't chase anyone now because you may have learned certain things throughout life that you feel like you shouldn't have to, or that's not what you want to do at this point in your life. So with chase, I just want to throw out a couple of questions just to make you kind of think about what chase means when it comes down to a person or a relationship. So have you ever done something to impress someone that you wouldn't normally do? Like, have you ever did something out of your norm just to make someone happy or make someone look at you? So think about that. And then some females may not ask guys out, but for the guys, have you ever asked someone out more than once after they've told you that they didn't want to go out on a date, or they maybe responded, oh, not tonight, I'm just chilling, knowing that they just don't want to go out with you? So have you ever asked someone multiple times? People look at chase like, oh, I'm running behind somebody, but sometimes it may not be that extreme to where you're actually chasing someone. And on a personal note with chase, I don't think I have ever chased a guy. I don't think so. I don't know. But I would chase if a guy was mentally on the same level as me, like he was a go-getter, like he just overall had the same personality as me, and I felt like we clicked. So with pace, it could be used as different definitions. In this situation for my podcast, it's described as taking a step back from someone or taking the relationship slower than you normally would take it. And with that, you can pace with someone that it may be a certain reason why you want to pace. It may not be, we're going to see how this works, so we just going to take it slow. But it may be something very specific. So a couple questions with that is, would you date someone that's still living with their parents? Or would you date someone that has kids and you may not have kids? So what would make you pace with someone? It could be as serious as religion. So would you date someone outside of your religion? So on a personal note, for me, at this point in my life, I would pace with someone that has kids. Not to knock any guys that have kids or gals that have kids, but where I am in my life right now, I do not want to date someone with kids. And then we're going to get into escape. So, escape can be, oh, I'm about to leave, like right now, like the first door open, I'm leaving. What would make you feel that way? What would make you get to that point? So, some questions with that is, what can't you just stand totally in a partner, even in a friend sometimes? So for me personally, I would say someone that's disrespectful or someone that thinks way too highly of himself. I want someone that's humble. So if you think too highly of yourself, then that's a no-no for me. So I want you guys to kind of think about what would make you chase, what would make you pace, or what would make you just escape the relationship. And it could be on the first date, or it could be 3 months after you're dating, or even when you're fully in a relationship. And maybe it's something that you find out later. But what is that one thing, or maybe several things that you feel would make you chase, pace, or escape? And then while you're thinking about that, I just want to throw out that a lot of times it's stereotyped that a guy is supposed to just have it together when he wants to be in a relationship or even get in a relationship, but that's false. So I feel like both persons should have something coming to the table. Even if it's not completely the same things or the same ideas or the same beliefs, you should still have something coming forward into the relationship. Nobody's going to be perfect, but think about your traits, what you're looking for in someone, and try to figure out what you're willing to sacrifice, what you're not willing to sacrifice, because that would be your escape. And then draw kind of a standard of what you want in your life. And I say want because depending on your age and depending on your maturity, everyone's answers is not going to be the same. So you may want something, but in reality, depending on where you are, you may need a certain thing in your life. So think about that and think about where you are in your life, where you're trying to be, what you want, and what you need. So I'm going to move on along into the 20 people that I surveyed. So I'm not going to explain all 20 answers. I'm just going to give you guys some of the common answers that I got from the 10 males and the 10 females. And then I want you guys to really think about it, take away from it, and just use some of these tools for you to answer the questions yourself. And think about what you can bring to the table and what your partner can bring to the table. So first, I'm going to start off with the guys on the chase. And then I'll move on to the females. And then I'll go through pace and escape. So with the guys on chase, the most common response I got for chase was a woman that has ambition and that has goals. So that is always a positive thing, whether it's guys or females. I feel like you should have goals no matter what. No matter where you are in your life, you should have goals. Whether you're 18 or you're 36, you should have goals. And then another interesting answer that I got from a guy was he chased women that he can't have. Not necessarily meaning they have to be fine, like a 10, but he explained it to me as he always chased a woman that has left him or someone that he stopped talking to, and he eventually realizes that he misses that person. So that makes him want her even more. And then for my ladies. So, most of my ladies said that they would not chase a guy, which I figured those were going to be the answers. But I did have a few ladies that said if they had to chase, it would be because of a guy's ambition and his goal and him actually having it together, whether that's mentally, physically, spiritually, everything. So I know in reality, most women are going to say that they wouldn't chase. But think about some of the questions that I asked in the beginning, and then we're going to move into pace. So for the guys, I had some common answers. And most of those common answers were a woman that tends to chase them, that would make them step away. And then a woman that is controlling. And also a big thing, one of the most common things is too emotional. And I really don't know how to fully explain a woman being too emotional when we're already so emotional. I'm emotional, but I cut it off sometimes. And then for the females, the most common response I received about pace is a guy with kids. So that is kind of common. And I actually received that response from a female with kids and a female without kids. So I guess everybody's perspective is kind of different when it comes down to them dating someone that already has kids. And then one of the interesting responses that I received from a female on pace is she said herself. So she explained this to me by saying that she has her own personal trust issues, and sometimes that can hinder her in a relationship because she's taking it slow with someone because of her trust issues. I always look at trust as everybody is different. Nobody's the same when it comes down to trust and a relationship. Just because one person did something to you or to hurt you, that doesn't mean the next person will. And it's so easy for people to stereotype girls or guys saying that women cheat a lot or men cheat a lot. But who are you dating? Are you always dating the same type of guy? Like, what's your standard? So for my guys, all of my guys had the same answer for escape. And it was bad attitude or crazy girl. So that would make them just completely throw in the towel when it come down to a relationship. A bad attitude and a crazy girl. And of course, my females were like much more intense with this escape response. So I actually received a lot of different responses when it came down to the females on a reason why they would escape. So one that I got multiple responses for was cheating and lying. So those were the two biggest things that I actually got a response about as far as escape. And also it was disrespectful and cleanliness. But I know for disrespectful, no one wants anybody that's going to be disrespectful to them, whether you're in public or you're at home. So that's definitely should be a no-no on everybody's list. So after hearing those responses from the 20 people, where are you with your chase, pace, or escape? And some people still may feel like they would never chase anyone, which is totally fine. Everybody has their own opinion and your life is your life. It depends on what you want or what you need in your life to determine if you would chase, pace, or escape with someone. So just take the time out and think about your own personal life and where you're trying to go in a relationship and make your own standards, because chase, pace, and escape, those are considered standards when it comes down to a relationship, because it helps you narrow down what you want or what you need or what you don't want. So with that, put in the comment box, if you want to get a little personal with me, why you would chase, pace, or escape a relationship. And then I would definitely respond to you and give you my feedback on it. So with everything that I spoke about today, I hope that it benefited someone, because you may not feel like because you're already in a relationship or because you're married that you can't make a plan like chase, pace, and escape, because you can. It can also help build your relationship that you have now. Your standards can't be to the roof and you're still on floor level. There has to be a balance in between somewhere. Because like I said, both of you guys have to bring something to the table. Ladies, you just can't bring your looks. You have to bring something more. He could find that anywhere in the world. But if you got a up on her, if you're intelligent, you're smart as hell, you got a degree, or even not even that deep, but if your mind is just mentally independent, or you have some kind of financial structure about yourself, that puts you up. But you can't expect a guy to be financially stable, mentally stable, spiritually stable, emotionally stable, and you don't have none of it. Don't downgrade yourself, but don't try to live beyond your means neither. So everyone, again, take the time out to figure out why you would chase, why you would pace, or why you would escape. And it could be a little easier for you when you're trying to find that partner or find someone you feel like you can spend the rest of your life with. So, with that being said, I just want to thank everyone for tuning in and listening. I hope that I helped someone with this podcast, and just keep tuning in for my next podcast. I drop on a weekly basis, so keep tuning in and tell your friends to subscribe. Thanks, guys.